Hi YouTube. Well, let me just for a little while be your Stephen King nightmare here, because as I look at it now, with what is in prospect regarding the Gulf and the New Madrid, we are in, yeah, yeah, what can I say? Let me just start do the database here, and you will see here EPA Superfund toxic sites. Let's click on that one, and then it starts to update. It'll take a little while. Let me shut that one down. But as you see, it's divided up in several sectors. Let's see what happens. It's still updating. Well, as George Washington, no, was it Lincoln? He said that we should flee America. Anything here can only be won on the knees. And you will see now, in a moment, when it's done doing its trick, what's coming up. That's just the super toxic. I can assure you, the industry and your sitting government and up through time governments and legislation of what to do with chemical disposal. This is just staggering. It's taking a little longer than I expected. It was faster without the Camtasia. I don't understand this. Well, it's trying. The Bayou Corn is on here too. It's from a Climate Viewer 3D Connect. Apparently it's not working too good. It's like it's stalling. Well, let's whip it a little. Put that on too. Oh. Like that. Now it's updating. What happened? Well, now we get both of them. And now I used to see your nightmare. If you ask me, that is a serious nightmare we are looking at. It's not done yet. Oh no. You're gonna see some stuff. Quite frankly, I would not like to be on the east side of that breakage. Not at all. It's gonna be the killing fields. You have to bear in mind, where's my mouse? Here. We got a pretty much during the whole year a prevailing wind coming from the south, and that's what's driving these tornadoes through the tornado alley, which is in this zone. And then we have the jet stream, which is now radical because of the missing loop current. The loop current is the rudder that keeps the balance for the jet stream, but now it's broken and free. But that's another story. It's still reading. Well, that was the EPA Toxic Release Inventory 2011. That's all this stuff. But it's not done yet. Now it begins, I believe. Well, if you're on the east side of the breakage, you get all the stuff which is coming from these areas, which is devastated. All the fumes and smoke and, yeah, you name it. Nuclear waste. And when the wind meets, it will be distributed over in this area. And this is where the storms usually go in America. In this direction. Yeah. Now it's beginning to read in. Oh yeah. Your nightmare has just begun. I'm having myself a milkshake. Been a long night. Come on. Faster. Yeah, what are we going to talk about next week on the Blog Talk Radio, the Canadian based, is of course, yeah, take it from the top. There are people who haven't heard this before. So that's pretty much how we're going to do it, and I'm probably going to be asked a lot of questions, and that's fine with that. It's taking its sweet but time. My goodness, how long can that take? But as you see, it's still counting. Oh, there's lots more. Don't worry. Now take a good look at Oklahoma. Oklahoma is built on the old Mississippi mud. Just a 7.5 earthquake in Oklahoma alone would make the entire city disappear in the mud. Liquefaction. It would be devastating with an earthquake in that area. Yeah. We're not there yet. I'm more or less shocked. Look at that. It's right next to the breakage. You see the New Madrid line goes right there. This is where the fault zone is. The big one. And if you follow the contours, you can actually see which direction it actually has. It's going up through here. And then going down through here. And then it actually cuts straight through Mexico. I remember I saw a video. I think it was M for Canada. I'm not sure. But she talked about that most part of Mexico would disappear. Well, who knows? Could be. A lot of changes is coming to this planet. We will have to readjust or be caught up in it. But right now, just looking at this, where the heck are you going to run? I almost feel like saying, just stay where you are. Let God take care of it. You know. Yeah. It almost seemed futile, right? It's not even done yet. It's right smack in the heartland. You see that? Where the agriculture is. This is amazing. Where you get your cattle and your wheat and corn, whatever. It's just infested with EPA Superfund toxic sites. They kind of ring a bell to what I said yesterday, or was it the day before? That we're nothing but guinea pigs, lab rats. We one giant experiment. Look at that diamond shape it has. That's weird. Is there a reason for that? Or is it going to be more random later? I don't know. Just let it get its job done. But that is, if you ask me, this is staggering. You know, I can even take in fracking. But let's save the best for last, right? You haven't seen anything yet. I'm just gonna let it roll. I see Dallas area don't look too good either. This is barrage in Dallas and surrounding. Is there any good place to be in America? I think it's a question of letting it be up to our Lord to take care of this business. I can assure there's no place to run. It's far from done. Well, let's put it on overtime and put in Fraking America so you can see. This is just insane. Now it's really working on it. It'll get there. You see, it's keep growing. It keeps popping up. This is just nuts. But it's a very distinct shape we got. Still. It's lying in a diamond shape. Could that mean something? That's quite peculiar. Why is that? But that's all over the line. Look at this. Just nuts. Yeah, you should almost do it yourself. I'll put the link to the climate viewer in, and if you have Google Earth on your machine, I suggest you go on the web page on Climate Viewer 3D and download the KMC or KLM file. I think it's a KLM. And just double click on it when it's downloaded. And there you have them. Remember to save the places when you're done, so you can look it up again if you need. If you even dare look at it, because this is just horrendous. It doesn't look so bad, but let's zoom in on it. Give you an idea. This is real bad. Just a tad. This is just nuts. Look at the concentration around the New Madrid line there is. That is just crazy. Are they out of their freaking minds? Apparently they are. Yeah, you could almost say, yeah, you did fall asleep somewhere down the line. That this was found to be okay. It is not done yet. That is just insane. There's no regulations. They can just put it where they want to. I think there was actually some states here in America, I heard back in Denmark, that the executive, the CEO of a chemical plant or whatever have a byproduct that's waste and toxic, If that was dumped out in the nature somewhere in secrecy and it was found out who it is, because every factory have a chemical footprint, so they can actually locate where it comes from. And this CEO, he could get up to 10 years in jail for it, even though that he was not directly responsible, but they assume that he must have knowledge about it. So if he didn't even have knowledge, it's just tough. Yeah, you go to jail. I don't know if they're even true, because back then I didn't look it up. I just, okay, that sounds reasonable. You know, if you look at this concentration of, yeah, let's just say crap, there gotta be some kind of penalty for have such a disregard for nature. In the very heartland of America, look at that. Do you even think there will be anything worth trying to grow on when it's all over? I think this nation will be completely erased. Very few survivors. Very few. It would be a massive graveyard. In 1,000 years they can find the bones and wonder what the heck happened here if people forgot about it. We are the lambs brought to the slaughter. They have absolutely no respect for you. It is all about the money. Who cares? We can solve the problem later, yeah, by scuttle the entire ship and everything in it. I wonder what would happen to the oceans if just this concentration, which is not even done counting, were let into the Gulf of Mexico and start spewing through the Gulf Stream, which is now dead. It only reached to the tip of North Carolina and then it breaks off. And that means that Europe will be gradually colder and colder each winter. And at some point, the summer will never come. And then you can calculate the rest. Ice Age. ELE. That's an extinction level event for the Western world, I assure you. We will not be able to bear that one. That's just not possible. Most of us will perish. It's not done yet, as you can see. It's still counting. It's just insane. The shape of it. I said, come on. What's it about? It's like they're gonna make damn sure there's no one near that area who's left alive. Look at that. When the wind comes, if you are on that east side, and these are toxic fumes, or they're just spread by vaporizing in the atmosphere, whatever. East is a bad place. Super bad. I'm on the east side. I'm right over there. Freaking here. Doing nuts. Yeah, that's 20 minutes of nightmare right now, right? Where are you gonna run? We actually talked about getting to Texas, but I can see we will have to press ourselves very close to the border to get lucky. Mexico, New Mexico. Very inhospitable area. Not very fruitful. Dry. Desert. Rocky Mountains. There's nothing there. Colorado. Yeah, if you want into the arms of the New World Order, you will definitely want to run there, get your chip. You know, as I look at it there, you know, it really looks like this old military tactics, what was it called? Gosh, I don't know, burn something. Doesn't really matter. But as you see here, it's the heartland. The heartland, the agricultural heartland, is infested. What do you expect to grow there if you survive? How long do you think you're going to live in toxic dirt? Not far. All the water streams polluted. Everything polluted. And the entire east side is being under air attack from everything emitting from there. And lots of it, as I can see, it's going into the water. And that is quite a lot. The US map I've shown you is taking this entire area all the way down here. And hydrocarbons is a serious matter too. They're extremely toxic. The oil molecule is extremely toxic. To an organic organism it is. To Earth itself it's not, because it's supposed to be down in Earth itself. It's not supposed to be sucked dry. We actually have the technology to not any longer use fossil fuels, as they call it. I think it's abiotic. I strongly believe in that, because if you think logically about it, in all that time we have been sucking out oil from the ground. Do you really think there was that much animal life enough to be buried for us to later find and then suck out of the ground like crude oil? I think we will have used up those reserves completely now with that pace we are consuming, petroleum, crude oil. No, I think the Earth is doing it itself, producing it constantly by pressure, by heat and chemical processes. And then it becomes this black gold to a few rich men. It is what's running this world. Without oil, everything would stand still. You would not go to Walmart and get your groceries. You wouldn't go to Kroger's, Myers, you name it. What trucks is going to go there without gas? This is not even done. 23 minutes is still counting. And look at this diamond shape. It's weird. That is strange. Why? Look at the concentration there up in Illinois now. It's just ever growing. Are we done? Yeah, I was actually a YouTuber who gave me a comment and asked me to go look at this, and he called it quite a stew. Yeah, just a tad. I would say so. I think I'm gonna pause it and then see if it reads up faster. Let's just try that. And I'll tell you how long I paused it. See if it helps in the upload. But remember what you're seeing there. Well, that didn't go extremely fast, I'm afraid. The most concentration of what was added in that minute was here and up here, and a few more was added here, but nothing spectacular. It's still reading borders and labels too. Maybe we should labels, take that off. Done. Then it will stop using power for that, hopefully. But honestly, it don't look too uplifting, does it? Well, I was listening to Coast yesterday. Gosh, I was kind of bored. There was something about the invisible crime, people being abducted and put chips in them. And, well, some of you might have heard it. And you can kind of wonder, how can it be such a subject as when there's not even, yeah, maybe there is some kind of evidence, but can we completely trust what we are hearing? You can spend time on that stuff, I'm sure. Well, I ain't gonna mess more around with this, but as you can see, I'm gonna let it end here on the half hour. But as you see, this is a nightmare. A total nightmare. Well, you can go look at it yourself. You can see it's still adding. Now it begins to move faster, it looks like. This is just crazy. I don't believe my own eyes. This is just sick. Let's take the EPA Superfund toxic off and see what is going on with the fracking. And EPA release inventory. Get that off. Voila. Now it will probably shrink a little. Okay. So where did all the fracking go? Well, there is no fracking. Are you kidding? I can assure you there was on the other one. Oh, cell phone towers. Okay, interesting. Let's take by your comment. Why did those show up? Bayou Corn is down here. Chula Hop, what is this about? Nah. You can look at that yourself. I think I spent enough time on this. But just to show Something is wrong here. Let's activate that one. That one. That one. Good. Whoa! Okay. Now we're having fun, don't we? Where are you gonna run to? Where are you gonna run? Look at this. Look how green our planet became. This is a sustainable environment, so it hurts. Are we done now? Oh, God, just take me home, Lord. This is ridiculous. Why even go anywhere? Stay where you are. Who cares? It don't matter. It really don't matter, does it? There's no safe place. Nope. We're screwed. Admit it, America. You're screwed. Look at these. It's dead. Oh, gosh. You know, I'm sorry I'm laughing. This is ridiculous. See, you're sitting here and spent 3 years trying to explain something to you about the New Madrid line, and then you look at this nightmare here. It kind of makes New Madrid kind of like, okay, yeah, let's have an earthquake, that's fine, but look at this. This is a subcritical nuclear experiment. Let's see what else goodies there is. Well, let's spend time on that. Now it looks interesting, doesn't it? Oh! This is just injection wells on the Bayou Cone. Let's put some oil and gas wells in. Now, look at this. Let's see how this goes. Probably bad. This is crazy. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It's still adding. What does it entail? I don't know. But just look at that. 10 regions. That's all the representative states that approve of this nightmare. Wow. Interesting. From one spot where this big circle was here, did you see how it branched out? Like that. And they're all subdivisions from that big thing there. It's not that one. But you can see if you click on them. Never mind. Come on. It's just ridiculous. Just sick. Okay. Explosion on the New Madrid line. Freaking look at that. That is a nightmare. Oh. Oh, what does that mean? That's freaking spooky. Excuse me. This simply just gotta end the video. Just take a look at that. Could it be we have a big boom? Look at that. Wow. Sick. You're sick. Well, as Lincoln said, it can only be one on your knees. He's right. It's time to pray, people. There's nothing left to save here. Nothing. What are you going to live on? Toxic waste? Toxic dirt? Weed? Toxic animals? No. You're going to die a cruel death. We all are. I don't think this country is meant to be anything. This is a nightmare. How are they themselves going to survive this? I don't really get it. Well, time to get your prayers ready. Something bad is on its way here. Count on it. God bless you.